Here are the top 10 greatest games for the Atari 5200 Super System, according to fans of the 5200. Number 10 is Miner 2049er. This one originated on Atari's 8-bit computer line, and it has you coloring in the floor beneath you. Enemies stand in your way, but you can grab items that allow you to kill them for a limited time. Once you have colored the entire floor, it's on to the next level. There are 10 levels in all, and each one is designed quite differently, which keeps things from getting stale. It's a fun premise, but graphically it's a bit primitive. But being primitive allowed it to be ported to an enormous number of machines in the late 1980s. So as it turns out, it wasn't a minor game at all. Number 9 is Star Raiders. Here is another title that originated on Atari's 8-bit computer line, where it was considered a killer app. This 5200 version is pretty much identical to that one, just with some modest changes. One of which is the use of all the little buttons on the 5200's control pad. It utilizes every single one of them. This kind of complexity may be a turnoff for some people, but for those who have taken the time to learn how to play it, they report it to be a deep and rewarding experience. That's the same thing that women say about me. So, how did I come up with this list? I went to various places on the internet where people were talking about their personal favorite Atari 5200 games. I found those conversations on message boards on YouTube, on Facebook, and on my own YouTube community post where I asked people what their favorite games for the system were. I assembled all the mentions of games from all those places, did some analysis, and created today's list from those results. My own opinions did not factor into the rankings. I'm just the messenger. This entire process was done without AI, and I am not an AI voiceover, despite some accusations by conspiracy theorists. Maybe you're the AI. You ever think about that? I do hope you like this video. Let's get on with it. Number 8 is Pitfall 2 Lost Caverns. Just like in real life, you wander around in various corridors looking for wealth while trying to avoid getting killed. Most people who are familiar with the game probably played it on the 2600, and looking at this version, you're probably thinking, oh, that's just an enhanced version of the 2600 one. You would be totally wrong though, because when you beat this 5200 version, you get a second quest that has new areas and new enemies. So those who have mastered the 2600 version may want to give this one a try. Number 7 is Pac-Man. In honor of this game, I shall recite the lyrics of a song. I got a pocket full of quarters. I'm heading to the arcade. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm bringing everything I made. I got a callus on my finger and my shoulder's hurting too. I'm gonna eat them all up just as soon as they turn blue. Cause I got Pac-Man fever. It's driving me crazy. I've got Pac-Man fever. I'm going out of my mind. I think I am going out of my mind. Number 6 is Robotron 2084. You go around shooting the robots and rescuing the humans. What makes it fun is that it's a twin-stick shooter, and it's a scientific fact that all twin-stick shooters are good. For this one, you actually play with 2 controllers together, one for firing and one for moving. The game was sold with a coupler inside that allows you to attach the 2 controllers together. If you don't have the original coupler, there are people who have made ones over the years. If all else fails, you can use your mom's bra to tie the controllers together. Either way, it's a fun game, and some say that this one captures the spirit of the arcade game better than the 7800 version does. Number 5 is Defender. This is a prime example of a game that holds up over time with its awesome sound and great particle effects. Your task is to prevent the UFOs from abducting the inhabitants of this world. I wish someone protected me when the gray guys came to my house. The majority of retro gamers consider this the best port of the arcade game from that time period. Apparently, your firing rate is higher than the arcade, which enhances the gameplay, though you have to be careful not to shoot the inhabitants. Also notable about this version is that you can use the 5200 trackball to play it, in the rare event that your regular 5200 controller breaks. Number 4 is Congo Bongo. An ape named Bongo has set fire to your tent, so you need to track him down and mayhem ensues. It is considered a must-own arcade port with wonderful graphics, wonderful controls, and strategic gameplay. Actually, this is a fake out. I put these on my top 10s to amuse myself. This is a terrible port of the arcade game with only 2 of the 4 original screens, drab graphics, and bad animation. So Congo Bongo does not belong on this list. The real number 4 is Berserk. I suspect most of you have only played the 2600 version of this. If that's true, then you don't know what you're missing. The way the robots explode in this one is reason enough to play it. And it also has voice in it, more intricate mazes, a lot more robots on the screen, and Evil Otto is scarier. Not much else to say. Number 3 is Centipede. Well, before I started gathering everyone's opinions to make this list, I knew full well that classic arcade titles were going to dominate it. So here we are again. This cartridge was the best way to play Centipede at home at the time, especially if you had purchased the 5200 trackball controller. This title plays a bit different from the arcade. The layout is horizontally longer, just like I am. The sprites are bigger, and the enemies are more aggressive, especially the spider. I almost centipede my pants every time the spider popped out. Before we get to numbers 2 and 1, let's go over some honorable mentions. These are games that barely missed being in the top 10. I'm just going to read them off in no particular order. Rescue on Fractalis. Montezuma's Revenge. Moon Patrol. River Raid. The Dreadnought Factor. Missile Command. And finally, Gremlins. And here are some honorable mentions. These are games that barely missed being in the honorable mentions. In my opinion, Ms. Pac-Man should have been in the top 10, but her damn husband is always stealing the spotlight. Number 2 is Kicks. Some may immediately dismiss this game because it looks like a malfunctioning Etch-a-Sketch, but with it being number 2 on this list, you may want to take notice. It's one of the most original games of the early 1980s, in my opinion. You have to draw lines to capture the playfield. You can draw them slowly with one button and faster with another button, but you get more points if you do it slowly. As you draw, you have to avoid enemies. Once you have captured a certain percentage of the field, the round ends and you move on to the next round. For those of you who enjoy this game, I strongly suggest you play Kicks Neo on the PS1. I find that one to be the peak of this type of gameplay. Number 1 is Space Dungeon. You're an archaeologist investigating the remains of a destroyed planet that once had a civilization. You need to go through the sectors of space where the planet once was, collecting various treasures while avoiding enemies, the same enemies that destroyed the planet. If anything I just said sounds intriguing to you, then congratulations, you're a nerd, just like me. It's a twin-stick shooter which requires the use of 2 controllers, and like Robotron, it came packed with the coupler that keeps the controllers together. Speaking of keeping things together, I'm hoping you and that screen in front of you stay together and watch more of my top 10 lists. I have them for the 2600, the Odyssey 2, the NES, and so on.